Ever since COVID-19 has ended, the prices for air tickets have increased by over 50%. And if you're looking for ways to save money on air travel, this video is for you. I am Chief Guy Rahul, and as a 27-year-old, I have been to Bangkok, Singapore, Havana, Chicago, Bali, Miami, Mexico, Bogota, Phoenix, and Toronto. And in my last 7 years of traveling at least 6 times every single year, there are 5 strategies that have helped me save money every single time I buy air tickets. And I guarantee, if you follow these strategies, you're going to save at least 50% the next time you travel by an airplane. So the first thing that I do when I want to buy any air ticket is to start with an incognito browser. Then I go to my favorite website to find the best prices on air tickets, which is Skyscanner. Then enter the location from where you're going to take off and the destination. Now, to save the maximum amount of money, I highly recommend you book all your air tickets at least 90 days in advance, or at least 45 days if you're looking for domestic travel. While you're selecting the dates on Skyscanner, always remember that flights that take off on Tuesday or Thursday are much cheaper than any other flight. This normally happens because most of the airlines have heavy traffic demand over the weekends and Monday, and during the middle of the week between Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, the air traffic is quite low and planes are still flying, so they want to sell out most of the tickets even if that is at a lower price. Now, this main strategy of finding the cheapest tickets assumes 2 major conditions. One, you will be traveling mostly with just a carry-on luggage, so don't expect a check-in luggage at the lowest price. And second, your flight could be at very odd timings. Sometimes you may need to reach the airport at 6 a.m. because your flight takes off at 7 a.m. If you're okay with these conditions, you can set your preferred date and then filter by the cheapest flights. This window in the center shows the cheapest tickets possible. Now, sometimes these flights may have layovers that you don't like. Sometimes they may take off or land in an airport that you don't prefer. So make sure you're looking at the right combination for your preferred journey, and then you will definitely find the cheapest fare. Now, looking at my example here, I'm able to find a journey from Toronto all the way to Calgary, Alberta in Canada for only $110. And for the people who live outside of Canada, the distance between Toronto and Calgary is 3,400 kilometers, which is also equal to traveling from India to Thailand on foot. Now, most of the time, I use this first strategy to book all my tickets, but I also use a second strategy to further get an additional cashback. The second strategy to save you money on your air tickets is to use a cashback credit card. I personally prefer my Neo card to book all my travel plans. This is one-of-a-kind cashback credit card with no annual fee, and you can find it only in Canada. On average, I save between 1 to 5% on all my air tickets through Neo Cashback, and this also works while you're collecting all the airline reward points. To sum it up, my normal strategy of booking cheap air tickets involves 3 steps. First, I go to Skyscanner and find the cheapest tickets. Second, I use my Neo card to get additional cashback, which normally amounts to between $10 to $100. And lastly, I pair it with collecting airline miles like Aeroplan, Air Miles, or Delta Sky Miles. If you're from Canada, I would highly recommend getting the Neo card since it can help you save money in 3 ways. 1, you're going to get cashback on all your purchases. Second, there is no annual fee. And 3, you're going to get a sweet bonus if you sign up from my link, which is in the description. The strategy 1 and 2 combined form up my main travel strategy that have helped me save tons of money during my 7 years of travel. But there are 3 additional strategies that have also helped me sometimes get as much as 70 to 80% discount on my flights. Let's talk about those. Have you ever heard of secret fare tickets? There is absolutely no secret that airlines use what is known as dynamic pricing for air tickets. You must have definitely noticed that sometimes you search for a ticket and you don't take a decision right away. You take a little while to think about it and you come back next day and the price of the ticket has already gone up. This is the simplest example of dynamic pricing, and all this is done by complex computer-based algorithms. But hey, the beauty of any computer system is that it has its flaws. Sometimes these systems can make secret error fares which are only there for a few tickets on every single airline, and you can find them through special websites like Secret Flying. Now here is a great example of what a secret error fare looks like. I went to the Secret Flying website and found this amazing deal that even I can't believe. So here is a journey which is going from Phoenix, Arizona, where I recently traveled, all the way to Vancouver, Canada, and the total price for a round trip is only $96. Now let's compare this to the price that you can normally pay for such a journey on Google Flights. I have entered the same city for departure and arrival, and I've picked dates which are also equal to what we saw on Secret Flying. And here's the result. Even the lowest fare is 4 times higher than what the error fare was at Secret Flying. In the last 7 years, I've probably visited 3 exotic destinations by using error fares like this. The only secret being, when you see such a fare, you have to grab it because it won't last for long. So before I move on to the next strategy, if you've already learned something in this video that you didn't know before this video, please take 2 seconds. I'll wait for you. Okay, go down, click that like button, click the subscribe button, and then we'll talk about the next crazy strategies which are even better. Okay, now let's talk about the next strategy. This strategy purely exploits a weakness in the business model of every single airline in this world. The air travel business is one of the most competitive business, and all these airlines are always trying to find different ways to steal and gain market share in newer emerging countries like Mexico and India. Because of this reason, sometimes they would offer the same tickets that you are buying in US and Canada for much lower prices to the residents in Mexico and India because they want to gain the market share in these countries. Now that you know the secret, I'll give you the steps to exploit it. First, set up a VPN and select the location as a third world country, preferably Mexico or India. Then go to the local travel websites. For example, if you're looking from India, you can look at Make My Trip or other international websites and search for the same flights that you want to travel. And that brings us to the last strategy, and this strategy is a bit risky as it can probably get you banned from an airline if you do it very often. Here's an example. A flight from Toronto to Las Vegas with a layover in Phoenix cost only $140. But the same flight, if you take from Toronto to Phoenix, cost about $200. Now take a moment and think. There's the secret. If your plan is to visit Phoenix, you can just take the first flight and then at your layover, get out of the airport and just miss the second flight. This strategy works when you have a journey in which the layover point is your actual destination and you can just ignore the second flight, and it would mostly work when you're traveling to destinations where layovers are major transit points. So if you're traveling to destinations like Dubai, London, New York, Chicago, or in Asia like Singapore or Malaysia, you can definitely use this strategy, but do it at your own risk. There is also a secret website known as Skiplagged, which can help you find these particular journeys and make these itineraries for you. Now that I've told you the 5 amazing strategies to save money on your next air ticket, I want to tell you the final strategy that works with all of these. All these strategies can be combined with a cashback credit card like the Neo card. This card can save you anywhere between $10 to $100 on every single ticket that you buy. And if you want to get one for yourself, the link is in the description. You will also get a $35 bonus. Now, if this video has taught you something that you didn't know before, it's going to definitely help you save some money in future. Please consider subscribing, and until next time, keep saving money.